AI is completely changing how products are advertised, and honestly, it's about time. Creating product ads with AI is now faster, more affordable, and more creative than ever before. And the best part? It's no longer reserved for big brands with big budgets. It's available to everyone. In this video, I'll show you how to create high-quality product images and videos in just minutes. No studio, no expensive gear, no massive team.
Trust me, this is easier than you think.
So the big question is, what do you actually need to get started? First things first, you need an image of your product. Mine definitely isn't perfect, but it's more than good enough to work with. Second, you need an AI model. I'm using OpenArt, an AI platform that gives you access to multiple image and video models. You'll find the link in the description. Inside OpenArt, I click on Image and Create Image. The first thing I do is upload my product image. The second thing is choosing the AI model I want to use. For photorealistic product images, in my opinion, there are currently two top models, Nano Banana Pro from Google and GPT Image 1.5. I'll start with GPT. Now we need a prompt, basically telling the AI what to do. Let's do a quick warm-up. I tell GPT to turn this into a professional product photo, remove shadows, and keep everything else as it is. Then I click Create. A few seconds later, done. It did exactly what I asked. But now it gets interesting. You can either continue with the original image or use the newly generated one. Just drag and drop it into the Omni reference feature. Now I give the AI a new prompt. I describe a cozy morning table, add details like scattered coffee beans, define where the mug should be placed, and I also tell it that the mug should be filled with steaming coffee. Let's go. And finished. Pretty nice. That's how easy AI product photography can be. Inside OpenArt, you can download the image as an uncompressed PNG and use it directly for selling. And here's the really powerful part. By simply changing your prompt, you can completely change the entire setup. Different mood, different location, different style. Let's try a few more prompts. And by the way, you can also change the aspect ratio if you need square, vertical, or wide images. Now, if you're new to AI, you might feel a bit overwhelmed by writing prompts. Totally normal. But don't worry. Later in this video, I'll give you some practical tips for prompting. Also, quick favor, if you want to try my prompts, please don't type them out manually like a maniac. The link to my blog is in the description. Everything is ready for copy and paste. All right, back to the workflow. For example, you can also reuse an existing background. In this case, I add it as a second reference image and tell the AI to replace the mug. Done. GPT slightly adjusts the background so the new mug, with a different shape and color, fits naturally into the scene. Oh wait, I forgot the coffee. Classic. I drag the image into the references again, delete the old ones, and politely ask, AI coffee please. And there we go, freshly brewed. Now let's step it up a bit. Instead of placing the mug on a table, let's have it held in hands. And because we can, let's also tell the AI to match the fingernail color to the color of the mug. Looks great. But if you zoom in, you'll notice something. The shape of the mug is slightly distorted. This happens sometimes. So now we try a different AI model. Besides GPT, I also recommended Nano Banana Pro from Google earlier. And in this case, the result looks a bit better. Sometimes one model wins, sometimes the other does. So don't be loyal, test both. Within just a few minutes, we've already created several solid product photos with AI. But now imagine this. You're scrolling through a marketplace full of products. This image, it might still get lost. So if you sell on platforms like Etsy, Shopify, or eBay, you need something stronger. You need an eye catcher. And that's where AI comes in. Back in OpenArt, I use the mug again and add a prompt describing a model holding it. And just like that, a professional photo shoot in seconds. No booking, no lighting setup, no coffee breaks. And of course, you can create any kind of model you want in the prompt, perfectly matched to your product. I've created a few examples using both Nano Banana Pro and GPT Image. One thing that works especially well, a person looking directly into the camera. Eye contact is powerful. It stops the scroll. Now let's switch products from a mug to a t-shirt and talk about characters. So far, we've created AI characters purely through prompts. Same prompt, same description, same product, just a different design. But in every result, the model looks slightly different. That's fine for experiments, but not ideal for branding. If you want consistency, I recommend a different workflow. We use reference images for the character. In OpenArt, I drag and drop the character reference alongside the product image, and in the prompt, I tell the AI to use this character. Done. The big advantage, it's now the exact same person in every image. And the prompt gets shorter because I no longer have to describe the model again and again. Now you might be thinking, cool, but where do I get reference characters? I'll show you. At first glance, the prompt looks a bit chaotic, but it's actually simple. It's just a table with attributes like age, hair color, eye color, and so on. Change a few parameters, generate a character, and you're done. I've created several examples using different products and different models to show what's already possible. Are the results perfect? Not always, but the progress is insane. You can also change locations just by describing them in the prompt. 2 years ago, images like these weren't possible at all. And it's impressive how well the AI adapts products into scenes, adjusting lighting, perspective, and composition automatically. Almost any idea can be turned into an image with just a few words. And now it gets even better. We bring the images to life, perfect for short ads, reels, and product videos. Creating a video is very easy. In OpenArt, I click on an image and select Image to Video. That takes me directly to the video creation tool. Just like with images, I need to choose an AI model. I often use Kling 2.6 because it delivers solid results and has a good price-performance ratio. I can also recommend Veo 3 from Google. Amazing quality, but more expensive. The image you choose becomes the start frame of the video. And of course, we need a prompt describing what happens. Important tip: you don't need to describe the image again. The AI can already see it. Keep prompts short. Describe the subject, the action, and optionally a camera movement, like a fixed camera. When you click on the start frame, you can upload a new image or select one you've already created. These small animations are the easiest entry point into AI video. Now let's unlock some creative magic. You don't have to stop at a start frame, you can also define an end frame. This means you tell the AI how the video should end. And this opens up a lot of creative options. Let's try it. Same model, same t-shirt, different designs, creative prompt. And yeah, that's pretty cool. You can also switch AI models and see how each one interprets the same input. For this example, I tested Google's Veo 3 as well. Every model gives you slightly different results, so experiment. Another example, sunglasses. First, a bit of preparation. I remove the sunglasses using OpenArt. Then I convert the image to black and white. That's our start frame. The colored image becomes the end frame. I add a short prompt. As she puts on the sunglasses, the world turns to color. Simple idea, great effect. Another example, a bag. I turn the product photo into a sketch. After creating a matching background and placing both bags in the scene, I used the two images as start and end frames to produce a short video that brings the sketch to life. Some products also have a backside, like this t-shirt. In that case, you can create a rear view image first and then animate it. With AI, you can create truly impressive product videos in minutes, without a studio, without expensive equipment, and without a large team. AI lets you add motion, atmosphere, and storytelling, and test endless variations almost instantly. At the end of the day, the technology isn't the limit. The only real limit is your creativity. Quick tip: sometimes product sizes aren't quite right. That's because the AI doesn't know real-world measurements. It can only guess. But that's easy to fix. Just drag the image into the references and write something like, increase the earring size by 10%. It might overshoot a little, but after 2 or 3 tries, you'll nail it. Another useful bonus feature in OpenArt is a tool called Camera Angle Control. You start by loading your base image into the tool. From there, you can rotate the camera perspective freely or define a precise rotation using degree values. Once you click Create, the system generates new perspectives of your product almost instantly. This feature is especially useful for product photography when you need multiple viewing angles without reshooting the product. There's also a feature called Image to Prompt. You'll find it on the OpenArt homepage. I recommend using GPT model for this. You upload an image, and the AI generates a prompt that recreates something very similar. If you asked me to write a prompt for a dress like this, I'd have no idea where to start. For product photography, this is incredibly helpful, especially when you see an image you like but have no idea how to describe it. Is it identical? No. Is it close enough to learn from and reuse? Absolutely. And my last tip for today, if you ever get stuck writing prompts, and trust me, it happens to everyone, you can simply ask ChatGPT or Google Gemini for help. Just give it a bit of context. Explain what your product is, what kind of mood or vibe you're aiming for, and how the image or video should feel. Based on that, it can generate detailed, structured prompts for you in seconds. You can even take this further and ask for multiple advertising ideas for the same product, including ready-to-use prompts for each concept. Let's try it together. As you can see, the result is actually pretty solid. Of course, not everything will be perfect right away, but it gives you a strong creative starting point that you can refine, adjust, and build on very quickly. If you liked this video, you know what to do. Thanks for watching. Now go out there and create something awesome.